is Michaela in Wichita, Kansas. Michaela, thank you for calling the show. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Morning.
So I just called because I just wanted to say that on Friday, I remember Ray said that he was going to go hard at Mike D's wedding. So I feel like if Mike D had a problem with that, then he would have pulled Ray aside and, advised not to.
That's a good point. Mike is really not the kind of guy to pull anybody aside, though. Mike's kind of a live and let live kind of guy. Here's the thing about Raymundo at Mike D's wedding is that he didn't go hard at the wedding. He went hard at noon, and the wedding was at 5 o'clock. He showed up drunk to the wedding. So it wasn't that he got to the wedding and decided, I'm going to have some drinks. Because there was alcohol there. There was beer. There was margaritas. Ray showed up plastered. Thoughts, Ray?
Went to brunch, looked on the menu, and it said penny mimosas. What do you think is going to happen? I buy the table a bunch of mimosas. It cost me 10 cents.
No little voice in your head went, hey, maybe you should wait till a little later to go.
It's tough. I mean, went to town, and we knew we were only going to have one dinner. We were only going to have one brunch. We're going to have less than 12 hours to see friends. Tried to squeeze it all in, just didn't do it right. Time management, my bad.
There's a video of Raymundo on my Instagram at Mr. Bobby Bones where he is getting into a dance competition with a 12-year-old kid and is trying to beat him. He runs up and pops him with his chest. And he's on the floor. He's doing spins. He's throwing stuff into the like at one point, Ray had hit someone and beer had spilled all over the floor. So two people are down cleaning up the floor. Well, Ray jumps down to help them and then picks up the cloth and just throws it across the room.
Oh, boy.
At one point, Ray told a grandmother, hey, you want to go back to the hotel after this? Ray, you wake up the next morning and you see all these videos of you at Mike's wedding. What'd you think?
I was embarrassed, definitely. But at the same time, saw a lot of people smiling, saw a lot of people laughing, saw a lot of people having once-in-a-lifetime experiences. I don't know.
There's a picture of Ray. I don't know what he was doing, but because he got really touchy-feely with guys. Like he would run up and rub all over guys, like their pecs and their stomach and stuff. And so there's one where he runs into this guy and he almost knocks him off his feet. And Caitlin and I are standing by watching and our mouths are going, oh,
great picture.
Because we thought someone was about to get hurt. But to Ray's credit, he was the life of the party.
I really wasn't trying to be, and honestly, there was times I was involving Mike's parents. I would push them in the middle of the circle and make them dance. I mean, I really did, still in my drunken stupor, knew that the whole point of the event was for Mike, but it was a celebration.
Yeah, what'd you learn from this?
Have a drink limit. I definitely didn't have one of those. I mean, I may have exceeded with fireball shots and the free keg. I mean, I might have floated the keg on my own. I probably should have kept caps so I knew how many drinks I had been consuming.
What's that mean?
Well, they didn't have them there, but usually you keep little caps from a can so you'll know how many you drank. And then you can kind of keep check of yourself. And my wife, she left a little bit, so I didn't have anybody looking after me. And I mean, I was just, honestly,
we were all looking after you in our own way. There were times where everyone was pulling you aside a little bit just to screen you from, falling down. At the end of the night, they gave out little crack sticks, little glow sticks, and Raymundo grabbed 10 of them and started throwing them at people as we're standing there waiting for Mike and his, now wife to walk down the goodbye lane. And then they're coming in, and Ray starts throwing them at the bride and groom as they're walking down. And then a cup runs and hits Mike in the head. We don't know where the cup came from.
Yeah, it might have been me on that one. But, I mean, I'm telling you, in my head, it started out as a wedding, and by the end of it, it was a frat party turned to a nightclub. Oh. Sometimes you get confused, honestly, when you're drinking, and I'm pretty sure everybody else was going legitimately hard as well.
You think that you were confused as to where you were?
When I was throwing the glow sticks, I think maybe I thought I was at some sort of a rave, a crazy little party, because we were outside. It was almost no longer like a wedding atmosphere.
What's it like to be drunk? Just in general, explain it to me because I've never been drunk.
You're going a little bit obnoxious, but in your head, you're cool with that. It doesn't seem like right now. If I was obnoxious like that, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm embarrassed. In the moment, you're not embarrassed. You have no worries.
At some point, I won't say who. They came up to me and they go, "Hey, how old's Ray?" I was like, "I think he's 35, 36. How old are you?"
35.
And they're like, "He still goes this hard?" And I say, "Yeah, he didn't have kids."
And it's all relative, too. I mean, we moved to town. Lunchbox and Eddie were 35. They were going just as hard. But now that they're 40, they're all mature, and they're like, oh, my gosh, I can only have a couple drinks. But, guys, when you're 35, you're doing the exact same thing. So.
Ray, I got no problem with you. I think you were the life of the party. You were great.
Morgan
was awesome.
Was as number 2 on the go hard list. Did you get drunk?
Yeah, it was towards the end of the evening. I was taking tequila shots with Mike's mom and sister. That was my special part of the evening. We were in the back, like sneaking. I think at the end of the night, probably
Sneaking?
had 5 tequila shots.
5.
Yeah, we were just kind of sitting back there, like enjoying Ray on the dance floor and trying not to get Ray's attention. So we came back there some more. So we came and like snuck Mike and Kelsey a tequila shot so they could take one with us. And I was really partying it up with Mike D's family.
Hey, Mike, talk about your wedding for a second. What was the best part of the wedding?
I'd say the best part was it didn't rain. So where we had our ceremony, if it would have rained, it would have completely ruined that part of it. And we got to have it down there, and the pictures look amazing.
What was the most surprising thing about the wedding?
That Ray made it.
Yeah, we were worried he wasn't even going to make it there. He
the
didn't
only-
come to Lunchbox. He was too drunk to go to Lunchboxes. He just showed up at the reception.
Well, we had a private chauffeur at lunch, and his wife pulled up and said, hey, we're going to be there at 4. You guys make sure you get ready. And we had people doing our hair. Billy was ironing my shirt. We were good to go by 4.
So you were most surprised they showed up?
Yeah, because I saw the story before of him getting there already kind of drunk. I was like, I don't even know if he's going to make it.
And then by the end of it, were you tired? Because you're the belle of the ball. Everybody wants pictures. You're having to also mingle. And like I'm watching you, I'm like, man, Mike's got to do a lot of work here. Because my wedding's coming up. Were you exhausted?
I was exhausted. I didn't eat the entire day. I don't even really like attention, so having to go around and interact with people, that was draining for me, but it was a lot of fun.
And what did you do leading up to the wedding? Any event with your boys?
No, we all hung out and watched movies. That's what I wanted to do.
And what movie did you watch?
We watched Cabin in the Woods.
Is that a scary movie?
Yeah.
So you watched with your boys a scary movie before the wedding?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched like 3 movies.
Dang, you guys had a movie marathon.
Yeah,
He's
movie
movie
marathon.
Mike.
Yeah, okay.
Makes sense.
Well, the wedding was fantastic, man. I hope you feel good about it.
I felt amazing about it. It was so cool to have everybody there to party, and that meant a lot to me.
And what was the last part again?
Oh, it meant a lot to me that
Oh,
all
yeah.
you guys went and were there.
Who traveled the farthest?
I think our friends from Seattle, that was probably the furthest
yeah.
flight, yeah.
Yeah, that was a big one. Well, it was a great wedding. If you missed it, which are most of you people out there, you missed a party.
Are those Insta stories, 24 hours?
Well, no, on my Instagram though, you can see Ray on the ground spinning. Because we did a whole like Ray being interviewed in the airport press conference the next day. And how did Bay feel about your antics, Ray?
She said that she was embarrassed by them, but I believe she'll forgive me. We're still married. She loves me very much. Sometimes you can forgive some stuff.
My wedding's coming up. Are you going to approach that a bit different?
Definitely, it's a different type theme. I mean, this one we all said we're going hard going into it. Mike even put on Twitter, "Bring it." He challenged us.
Hey,
to
Ray,
go
I'm going to
hard.
put on Twitter, keep it at home.
Then there we go. Now we know going into it. That's all you got to do.
All right, it was a lot of fun though. We give Ray a hard time, but Ray actually didn't hurt anybody. We wouldn't have put it on Instagram if we didn't think it was funny. You know, people were like, "Oh, if I was putting it on Instagram, he must be so mad." No, if I was so mad, I wouldn't post it on Instagram. So great job, Mike.
Yeah.
Tell your wife, great job. It was just a fun party, and I'm glad that we could all be there.
Yeah, it was fun.
All right. We'll take your calls if you want to get them in. We can move on from this, but we had to address it.
It's a Bobby Bones show.